NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Buccaneers and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
But it seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Tonight, it's the second game here on this Wild Card Saturday, as it'll be the Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoff.
It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. Now KJ Osborne. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose, or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. Create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Willis on the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First and 10, it's Willis. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Willis. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Willis looking to throw it. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion they actually be hosting, because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. I gotta tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't, just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Here's Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne, 52 yards. And the Vikings will strike first here in this wild card matchup. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Willis. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 3rd and 5. The shotgun snap to Willis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Willis now off play action. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. De'Ami Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Willis to throw once more. It's caught. This is White. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Willis. And he is caught and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Dillon now off the option.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Willis headed left off the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Wow, with the stick skills. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Cousins. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Here's Willis. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Osborne decides against a run back, and this will come out to the 25. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. 3rd down and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. On 3rd down, Cousins. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know all players are taught from drive to drive, from series to series, let that go, right? Only focus on the now. But when that ball was tipped in the air, there's no way they weren't thinking about the interception that was thrown on the previous drive. Could this turn into a second one? And if it did, that could really change the way this game was going.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Cousins now from the 50. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. To throw is Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
A first down throw for Cousins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 22-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Second down and 8. Here's a toss right side for Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Cousins to throw it. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise,
Hunt will try going up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Cousins now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, That answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Willis headed left off the option.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Boy, you know, some plays you can just sort of tell they're not going to work from the start, and that was one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had every option taken away, and so all that was left for him to do was to try and keep it himself, but even he knew that he had nowhere to go.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal.
Balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Handoff up the middle. Hunt. Powerful running. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Throwing is Cousins.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
They'll run again with Hunt.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Swings this out for Hunt.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They call it a loss of a yard there. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. To throw, Cousins.
There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays.
And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Here's Jake Camarda now. Now Osborne to return it.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to do it with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll throw again. Cousins.
Pass complete to Osborne.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Cousins.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he missed it. It's no good. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the 2nd half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the 1st half.
Last play of the half, Willis. He gets it over the middle to Palmer.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Carolina Panthers. The Vikings got a solid performance in that first half from their veteran signal caller, Kirk Cousins. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
14 yards there on a Buccaneer first down.
Dillon now off the option.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to get the ball up. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
The return is Osborne.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Now Cousins. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 36. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
They keep it on the ground. White again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority.
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down.
It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Off the play fake, Cousins.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down. They'll run with Hunt. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Slot man moves right.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8. In motion right is Osborne. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. This is Hunt on the draw play. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting through.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Meanwhile, Willis is thrown into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Dillon on the inside give. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 9. Dillon now off the option. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 41.
Running lanes ran a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Willis on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Here's Willis.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They set the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
3rd down, it's Willis. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And this will come out to the 25 as Osborne elects not to return it.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Cousins.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Dillon.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Back to throw, Willis.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Now they'll look to Willis to throw.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Willis to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. He'll get that complete to Alvarado.
And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Willis, gotta have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on fourth down become up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Hunt. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
And this being on the field, a lot of play callers, that little trepidation, they're just thinking about running off tackle, quarterback sneaks, anything to try and create a little bit of room. But those aggressive play callers, they think to themselves, this is the right place to take a shot. And they do, and boy, are they successful.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Play action now. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Cousins to throw it.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing is Cousins. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. 23 yards the pickup there.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Cousins on first down.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Cousins again.
Complete to Addison on the out route.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Willis on the option to the right.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Willis. That's taken in by Palmer.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 2nd down, right back to Hunt.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
This one caught by Osborne, right side.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Now Willis. Finds White.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now 2nd and 4. Throwing, Willis.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Here's Willis.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Willis to throw. He'll get that out to the flat to White. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Willis looking to pass it. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
What a great sequence by this defense so far. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Well, he still makes the catch even though it was tipped at the line.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir. That touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something. Forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for two.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one. To the divisional round. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first, game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Cousins now. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw again, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we?
And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. line. He's sacked. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. So we'll take a break with them and be right back.
Every eye in the stadium fixated on Rodrigo Blankenship.
This to advance to the divisional round. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. And a disappointing way to close out the season. Got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.